Welcome back to the deep dive. So, when we talk about controlling, a big commercial space, a conference room, a sports bar, you usually picture those heavy, expensive touch panels.
The proprietary bricks, yeah, bolted to the wall.
Exactly. But today, we're looking at something that seems to flip that whole model on its head. It's the KD PROCL1 from Key Digital.
hmm
On paper, it's just a software license, but what it does seems to be the bridge that lets you throw that brick away and just use your iPad.
That is the core idea. We're talking about a system called Compass Control, and this license is, well, it's the key that unlocks the whole thing. The source material is pretty clear. It
Yeah.
calls this the first major control system built to use iOS and Android as its backbone.
Okay, so just to be super clear for everyone listening, we aren't buying hardware today. We're looking at a digital key, about $550 MSRP that turns your own phone or tablet into a pro-level command center.
Right. There's a technical detail here we need to get into right away because
Okay.
it's really important. The documentation says the license marries the device ID.
See, that's where I get a little nervous. Marrying a device ID sounds so restrictive. I mean, what if I drop my iPad? Or the company upgrades all its tablets next year? Did I just waste $500?
You would think so, right? I mean, software locked to hardware is usually a complete nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
But the source highlights a really critical feature here,
Okay.
transferability. So while the license is married to that unique ID, to stop piracy,
Mm.
it's not a life sentence.
So I'm not locked in?
Not at all.
Mm.
If a device breaks or you upgrade your tech, you can actually decouple that license and just move it to the new device.
Okay, that changes the whole value proposition. It means the investment is in the software, not the specific piece of glass in your hand.
And that ecosystem is where the real power is,
Yeah.
the customization. This isn't just mirroring one screen everywhere.
Right.
It integrates with their Compass Navigator PC editor. That's the tool where you actually build the interface from scratch.
And this is so important because if you're running a business, you don't want the CEO to have the same complicated control screen as the IT manager.
Precisely. This system allows for completely unique GUIs, graphical user interfaces, all in the same project.
So like a simple on-off screen for some users?
Exactly. You could have a cleaning mode interface for maintenance on a cheap Android phone, and then a super complex master control dashboard on an iPad Pro for the facility manager. Same system, totally different faces.
But is it hard to roll those out? I mean, if I have 50 rooms, am I plugging a cable into 50 iPads to update the layout?
No, and that's the other modern piece. It's all cloud-based. You build your project, you upload it to the Compass Control Cloud, and the devices just pull the new configuration down automatically.
I did see one sort of barrier to entry in the notes, though. It was about the support. You can't just buy this and call Key Digital for help, can you?
No, they're very specific about that. Technical support is gatekept. You have to be a C1 certified installer to even get on the phone with their tech team.
Which makes sense. They don't want to be teaching basic AV principles to, just anyone.
Right, but, and this is a nice little detail, the training to get that C1 certification, it's free for their authorized resellers.
Yeah.
So they control for competence, but they don't charge for the education.
Let's talk about the money. We said $550. How does that really stack up against the old way of doing things?
Oh, it's not even close. It's a fraction of the cost.
Mm.
A dedicated proprietary control panel from one of the big competitors can be thousands of dollars per panel.
And here you're paying $550 for the license and maybe a few hundred for a consumer tablet.
Exactly. Plus, you mentioned the warranty. There's something in the source about HDTVSupply.
Yeah, this is a great little detail. Key Digital's standard warranty is 3 years. But the source says HDTVSupply upgrades that to a 5-year warranty at no extra cost.
A 5-year warranty on a software license. Sounds a little odd, right?
It does.
But in the enterprise world, that makes sense. It's about covering the support eligibility, the integrity of the license itself. And 5 years is a pretty standard hardware refresh cycle, so it matches up perfectly.
So pulling this all together for you listening, the KD ProCL1 is basically a license that lets you use your own hardware. It lets you take modern, replaceable tablets and run them with a professional, transferable software brain.
And it does it with cloud deployment and custom interfaces for every single user.
It really makes you wonder. I mean, if a $550 license and an off-the-shelf iPad can now do what a $3,000 dedicated panel used to do, are we just watching the slow death of dedicated control hardware?
That really is the question, isn't it?
Something for you to think about. Thanks for diving in with us.